Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Tuesday, May 12, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, Alcalde says he knows his abductors and wants justice. Dredging near Placencia being investigated, and Belmopan City Council distances itself from billboard controversy. We'll take a first break and return with the news in detail.
People don't travel with cash anymore. People would stop and they want to do a coffee tour, they want to buy coffee, but people don't have cash with them. Online banking facilitated a lot of what we do. I don't have to run to town and I have to use fuel and other expenses. Atlantic Bank actually approached us. They facilitated us with a bank account, which is something that we didn't have in hand, and then with a POS machine. I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
This Mother's May, celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Abet or Brothers Habet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
It's a global shortage of nursing. We have active recruitment of our nursing staff to other developed countries. We are not able to compete with those countries. However, we did formulate this package that would act as an incentive. I would also like to highlight the other part of the retention package or the retention strategy of the ministry. We have increased the number of scholarships for entry nurses. We have also now provide 100% scholarships to nurses who want to specialize at the master's degree level, and these nurses do not have to pay anything towards the training course. In partnership with the Nurses Association and the Ministry of Natural Resources, there is also a land distribution program for nurses. So all of these things would be a comprehensive package that we are now offering as a strategy to help retain our nurses here in Belize.
The retention package is a good idea it's a start. I would hope for some improvements, but so far it's been going well.
It's a start for which I'm very grateful.
I've had many opportunities and many offers to go abroad, but I choose to stay here because I like serving my people.
Staying here in Belize is something that I want to do. Like, I can't see myself retiring outside of Belize.
I think the best person to care for our people are very own. One of the most rewarding moments for a nurse is after they have done everything that they could do to make that patient better, and the patient gets well and is able to go back to their family.
Some of them are scared to even come to the clinic. Some of them are scared to go to the hospital. And if I can just relieve some of that stress from them, then I know I did good.
If all of us decide to leave, then who is here to attend to our people? And that is always my mindset.
Belize, your voice is shaping our future. The Ministry of E-Governance is hosting National ID Project public consultations, and we're coming to you. Orange Walk, you're up first. Thursday, April 23rd at Central Park, 6 p.m. Come, learn, share, and help build a better ID system for all Belize. Then Belize City, it's your turn. Join us Friday, April 24th at the Biltmore Plaza at 5:30 p.m. Show up, speak up, because your voice matters in creating a smarter, more connected Belize.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Under the alcalde system, Marcos Canty is akin to a local magistrate. At a press conference Friday, Canty said 6 men abducted him on April 13 and he was able to identify some by their voice. He said their names have been shared with police and he wants justice, but there are concerns about the police investigation. The incident was framed within the broader tensions involving third parties and the implementation of the Maya land rights judgment.
Before, I have no issue with any person. Nobody bothered me or my family since I became an alcalde. All of a sudden, me and my family are targeted by those in the village who disagreed with the alcalde system and who disagree with our traditional land rights. They always organize opposition to anything the alcalde does. If I call a village meeting, they are right there to disrupt. Now let me turn to what happened to me. Weeks before, I had already received report of suspicion. Vehicle in the village with Spanish men asking villager for my location. Police come on several occasions to try to pick me up, but usually they find me with a crowd of villagers. Unfortunately, on April 13th, I made one wrong decision. To quickly go to my farm by myself to pick up my tomatoes, and I can only suspect that they were monitoring my movement. The first 4 men came to grab me, and they were joined by a 5th who held me at gunpoint and took me to a truck waiting on the roadside. And I later realized there was a 6th person in the vehicle where I was pushed in, tied up and bounded. My hands, legs, mouth, and eyes were bound. These men wore face masks, but I was able to identify a few of them by voice ID. I want to call on the DPP to look into this seriously. Insist that the police do an extensive investigation and to bring charges against those whom I have already identified. A crime happened against me. I have no reason to make this up. I suffered at the hands of bad people. and I want justice.
No arrests have been made in the case. Video clips uploaded to Facebook this morning show dredging near the northern part of the Placencia Peninsula and near Funk Key, which is located some 18 miles off the coast of Placencia. The video clips have triggered backlash from residents over environmental concerns. One Facebook user said the locations are prime tourism areas and also zones that fishers rely on for their livelihoods. They added that there was no consultation and called for an assessment of damages. Chief Environmental Officer Anthony Mai this morning said personnel from the Department of the Environment and other government agencies were preparing to visit the areas to begin an investigation. Residents are wary since the same contractor violated terms of their permit in a previous case. We have since confirmed that the dredging works are once again being carried out illegally, and authorities have since moved in to put a stop to it. Last week, religious leaders in Belmopan called attention to a billboard near the traffic lights in that city where an alcoholic beverage company used the image of a scantily clad woman to advertise its products. The religious leaders claim the image misrepresents Belmopan and its residents while glorifying an immoral lifestyle. It sparked a heated online debate where opponents argued it is an example of freedom of speech, while others said that the churches could have similarly paid for a billboard depicting Christian values. In a recent interview, the mayor of Belmopan, Pablo Kowich, said the council has no jurisdiction over the content of such billboards.
The council doesn't have any legislation which controls content. The sign itself is contracted out through a third-party provider. The third-party provider presently leases out, I believe, around 15 billboards across Belmopan, and the legislation allows us to work with space, the ground under the billboard and the actual size of the billboard. Those are the only factors that can be considered when applying anything to a billboard as a service or as a business. The third party is in good standing when it comes to trade licenses and those types of things. So the issue has been more about the content itself, which has its moral side and it has its freedom of expression side. That is something more, I believe, for it's something bigger than the city. And as I've mentioned to some people, this type of tactic of marketing is the new way that the world has moved towards. It is not something that is unique to Belmopan. That, if I'm not mistaken, that specific billboard is in multiple municipalities.
Police are investigating the death of Leonard Pandy, a Santa Elena Cayo resident, after his body was discovered inside his home early this morning in the Red Creek area of that municipality. Police are awaiting the results of a post-mortem examination to determine the cause of death as the investigation into the incident continues. After the break, Belize's honorary consul says he won't respond to accusations of damaging bilateral relations. Stay with us.
Every day, we access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
This time, what can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
According to Sol Quintana Roo, a digital news outlet and newspaper based in Chetumal, merchants and transportation providers at the Mexico-Belize border have made a formal complaint against Jose Luis Kelly, the honorary consul of Belize in Quintana Roo, accusing him of systemic harassment and damaging bilateral relations. According to the news item, local stakeholders are accusing Kelly of spearheading a smear campaign against merchants, transporters, and Mexican immigration authorities operating in Subteniente Lopez near the border on the Mexican side. Among the accusations from taxi drivers is that the diplomat is acting with extreme partiality to protect his personal business interests. There are even more salacious allegations, but Kelly himself has declined comment, saying they are trying to discredit him and he does not intend to get into a back and forth. At this time, it is unclear to whom the report has been made. The upgrade of the Corozal-Sarteneja Road started in 2019 at a cost of $50 million for 27 miles of road. The funding was obtained via a loan from Taiwan. One area proved particularly problematic due to deep peat or soft ground. Today, Chief Engineer Evandale Moody shared that Taiwan gave Belize a grant of $2.2 million earlier this year to place a bridge at the location as a permanent solution.
Asked the contractor OECC to go in and do permanent works there now. The idea is that we will build a bridge to span this 200-meter section that has basically disappeared due to the poor soil condition that is existing within that area. And so he has commenced works within that area, and we anticipate that those works will be completed towards the end of this year. And so we will be bridging that 200-meter gap to cross that area that has basically disappeared with a new bridge structure there.
How is the government paying for?
That section is being paid for by a grant received from Taiwan, because remember they were the original financiers for that project through a loan. However, they have extended a grant to the government of Belize for us to complete those works. And those are being done by the same contractor, OACC, the same Taiwanese contractor.
So what's the size of that grant for that bridge?
That has been done at approximately $2.2 million. That was worked out about a month and a half to 2 months ago. We were in the discussions from the last time we had discussed this project for us to get financing from Taiwan. We had done some boreholes within that area, and the boreholes that we did went down 85 feet. So we have 85 feet of basically marsh or peat material before we met bedrock. And so now what we're doing, we're building a new bridge structure, and now we will pile from the existing ground level down 85 feet to bedrock, and then create 2 abutments, and then we have several intermediate piers that will span that 200 meter for the bridge. So we will be installing the new bridge structure on a rigid foundation.
And you have like a diversion?
Yes, we will have a diversion adjacent to the alignment that is there, that traffic will be able to utilize that diversion. However, we anticipate sometime during the construction period that the road may need to be closed at different times to accommodate the piling operation, especially for the 2 abutments. And so at that point in time, the ministry will put out a press release that traffic will have to be diverted, possibly through San Esteban, for traffic between Corzal and Seychelles.
Belmopan residents have been experiencing delays with their garbage collection in recent weeks. Belmopan Mayor Pablo Kowich explained that 3 of their garbage compactor trucks have been down with mechanical issues. He said they have gotten dump trucks to assist and will partner with 2 private citizens to temporarily use a pickup truck with a trailer. He said in about 2 weeks' time, garbage collection should return to a normal schedule.
There have been some delays with garbage collection. We presently have 3 garbage compactors down. 2 of them are having computer issues, and 1 of them is having transmission issues. As you might be aware, these garbage compactors were very new models, and due to the technologies and the parts used, they're very, very difficult to source. So right now we're trying to find someone that would be able to work on the computers for us.
So in the meantime?
In the meantime, what we're doing is we are presently utilizing some dump trucks. Dump trucks obviously complicate the pickup process, and as of this week, we engaged some private residents that have a pickup and a trailer and are willing to assist the city. So we have at least, I think, 2 private residents that will be helping out the city with the cleanup initiative, because obviously the waste will not stop being produced, so we have to ensure that we are cleaning it up.
Is there any timeline as to when things will get back to normal?
We have to find alternate ways to ensure it reaches normalcy again. So I am hoping that with the involvement of private individuals or third-party individuals, in about a week or two, we should be back to normal.
Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, addressed the International Court of Justice on Monday, the final day of hearings regarding the long-standing territorial dispute over the Essequibo region, a resource-rich territory which makes up 2/3 of Guyana. In her remarks, Rodriguez insisted that the century-old conflict should be settled through political negotiations, specifically citing the 1966 Geneva Agreement rather than a judicial ruling. She accused the Guyanese government of opportunism, claiming they unilaterally moved the dispute to the courts only after massive oil discoveries were made off the Essequibo coast in 2015. The 62,000 square mile territory is at the center of a massive economic shift in South America, transforming Guyana's economy. The region is rich in gold, diamonds, and timber, and offshore deposits currently produce 900,000 barrels of oil per day, nearly matching Venezuela's own daily output. Guyana's Foreign Minister Hugh Hilton Todd argued that the claim, quote, has been a blight on our existence as a sovereign state from the very beginning, end quote. He noted that 70% of Guyana's land is at stake. The dispute dates back to an 1898 arbitration that favored Guyana, then a British colony, which Venezuela claims was nullified by the 1966 agreement. Tensions spiked in 2023 when former President Nicolas Maduro threatened annexation following a national referendum. Following the January 2026 U.S. military operation that saw Maduro captured and taken to New York on drug trafficking charges, Rodriguez has maintained Venezuela's claim while refusing to formally recognize the ICJ's jurisdiction, warning that its participation in the hearings does not mean either consent to or recognition of the court's jurisdiction. The ICJ is expected to take several months to issue a final legally binding ruling. After the break, live jazz music coming to Belize City and Cayo District this week. Stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
As a small business, I started to attend pop-up shops like many other businesses, and we found that our customers.
In May, make Benny's your one-stop shop for appliances. We have Sankey refrigerators, stoves, microwaves, washers and dryers, freezers, smart TVs, and so much more for up to 19% off. Get amazing deals for mom and appliances all May long, and don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase to be a part of our Homecation raffle to win $10,000 in December. Benny's, quality and savings.
People don't travel with cash anymore. People would stop and they want to do a coffee tour, they want to buy coffee, but people don't have cash with them. Online banking facilitated a lot of what we do. I don't have to run to town and I have to use fuel and other expenses. Atlantic Bank actually approached us. They facilitated us with a bank account, which is something that we didn't have in hand, and then with a POS machine. I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
Now that we have the new water system, it has improved the lives of these people a lot.
The life of my village get better. Now we have our potable water in our house.
الشال شقيل بال بس استخا أقري شريش لقها أوسشيك ما نخليها عن قتيو أم أوسشيك وانكوش مان كمادا نشبانكو تهنا كوشيك شتاو ألقها نكاشوك شقوك نكوشيك شكوشكات بسنخوانك أوسشيك بياك.
I thanks for the minister to help us for drilling this well and give us the pump.
Right now, I see my village is getting good. I see water system, I see road, and we have our health post there.
We want to say thanks to the government of Belize, thanks to those that were there for Machakila, and we truly appreciate the support that is given.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development is giving 30 days notice for people to remove roadside signs and memorials, including crosses, along the George Price Highway, where works for a 3-year upgrade are now starting. If the signs have not been removed by June 12, they have to be collected from the ministry or the contractor's campsite. Placing back the signage will require an application.
I saw the need to send out this notice for Lot 1, which is a section between Belize City and Hattieville, in an effort to assist the contractor in clearing the road reserve. At this point in time, the contractor is working between Western Avenue and Flowers Road. They're also working between mile 4 and 5 near Old Belize, and they're also working between mile 8 and 10 near the Poor Boat. We're kindly asking all businesses to remove the business signs that have been installed within the official road reserve, and also the removal of memorials that have been placed by individuals to commemorate their loved ones, in an effort to ensure that we don't damage them.
Even those people will have to reapply to put back those crosses, as opposed to the contractor just pushing them back away from the road reserve.
See, the thing is, once we're setting out the official works, the contractor will have to set out what we call extent of works. And so those extent of works will infringe on where those crosses are located. And in an effort to not damage them, we would prefer if these individuals move them on their own. And then once the road works are completed, we would like to kindly request that they ask for permission to put them back there, because they're all within the official road reserve. And once you have to install stuff within the reserve, it has to be granted permission by the MIDH.
That permission, has it always been obtained before, including for the crosses?
Yes, individuals have asked for permission for those to be done in the past and currently. including the businesses as well. However, you have individuals that from time to time will just go and install them on their own. And you also have businesses that would just go and put up signs on their own. And so once we flag those, we would kindly write to those individuals for them to kindly request official permission from the MIDH to do so. Yes, it has been done haphazardly over the past, and we would like to minimize that as best as we can going into the future. And if that is not done, then the contractor will have to go in and move them on his own, and those are secured at either MIDH or at the contractor's campsite for picked up by individuals.
Loreto Pelayo's band, performing as a trio this week, will play in Camalote, San Ignacio, and Belize City. The first show will be tonight outside Belmopan in Camalote from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Loreto will be joined by special guest Brooklyn pianist Esteban Castro. Earlier today, Loreto spoke about the shows and what to expect from the experience.
Yeah, so this week we are celebrating jazz all week long across the country of Belize. So for the first time, we're not just having something in Belize City. We get to have jazz in San Ignacio, got it outside of Belmopan at Camalote, have it at Belize City. And I just encourage everybody to come out because this time we have a fabulous piano player, Esteban Castro. He will blow you away on the piano. You've never seen anything quite like it in Belize. We saw him play a bit he was playing a bit before his interview, and just such emotion in his playing that I think that if you come out in the audience that you'll get to experience some of that. Because in the past we've had people on saxophone, we had Russell on bass, Nathan and Ryan on sax. We had some guitar players, singers, but this is the first time I'm bringing a piano player here. So we have sponsors, and I want to thank them, of course. People like the Embassy of the Republic of China, Niche and Ika always help with the venue. This time we have Digi, and some others might be slowly coming in. But a lot of the expense is just covered by ticket sales, and a lot of the times we just make just enough to pay everything, right? So I think if people could come out more, then we could maybe bring more people or have more events or whatever it might be. Because the big show is Thursday in Belize City. We're playing in Camalote tonight, which is Tuesday the 12th, and then on the 13th, which is Wednesday, we're at San Ignacio at Belize Soul Project. If you're in the Camalote area, if you're in Belmopan, we're starting at 6:30 at Unique Cafe, and tickets are only $25. So it's these are all unique experiences. Unique, because at Unique we're playing 2 sets, and the first one Esteban will be playing just solo piano, and then the second set Christopher and I will be joining in on bass and guitar.
Esteban Castro is the special guest for this week's show. He has been playing the piano since he was about 3 years old, and said that while he's playing mostly jazz this week, he loves various genres of music. His talent has allowed him to visit many countries, but this is his first visit to Belize.
Yeah, I've been playing since I was like 3 or 4 years old, and it was the first instrument that I played. My parents, I think, just got me a toy, like a little toy piano, and I just really like to play it a lot. So it was kind of an accident. I didn't really choose it, but I've been very fortunate to get to travel to lots of different places. Like this is my first time here in Belize, and I've been to a lot of different countries, and it's really cool to get to see the world and play with so many. I mean, there's so many people that have been great inspirations to me that I've gotten a chance to play with and learn their music and be around, and it's really an honor. I would say that I improvise. I play, I guess mostly what people would consider to be jazz, but I'm a fan of lots of different types of music. I grew up playing classical music. I like. I love listening to classical music. I love listening to, popular music, and every kind of music, So please come to the shows. We're playing today, the 12th, and then we're playing on Wednesday the 13th and Thursday the 14th. So we would love to come see you guys there.
The Belmopan City Council is collaborating along with the Cayo Center for Employment Training and the Embassy of Venezuela to provide trade training for residents in Belmopan and the Twin Towns. Courses offered will include motorcycle repair, hairdressing, barbering, and sewing. Mayor of Belmopan, Pablo Kowich, explained that he would seek assistance from Belmopan Area Rep Honorable Oscar Mira. He said the aim is to make the courses free of cost or for a minimal fee.
We partnered with the Embassy of Venezuela and the Cayo Center for Employment Training to offer some capacity building trainings to some Belmopan residents and some people from the San Ignacio, Santa Elena area. The way the partnership works or is working is that we are splitting up the investment to bring the lecturers through the Venezuelan embassy, specifically in 4 areas: motorcycle repair, barbering, hairdressing, and sewing. If you recall, we had executed a 6-week sewing training last year, which covered 3 topics: introduction, sporting apparel, and uniforms. So the training for the sewing is supposed to follow the same type of approach, and then we have the other 3 trainings which we will also be offering to the Belmopan residents. We're presently exploring trying to offer it for free. I have to sit with Honorable Mira to discuss his partnership in the program, because obviously I would want to bring him into the initiative as well. So depending on how much on his views, then that would allow us to either go with a free approach or if we would have to charge a minimal fee.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.